Hi there, this is Matthew J. Peters. I am the CEO of Ascend Media, and on today's 10-minute training, I'm going to talk to you about your core offer. What is a core offer? How are you going to attract your ideal clients and repel those who aren't? I can help you to create a lot of video, podcasts, other media, social media posts, all of those things, but if you are not only attracting your ideal clients, your messaging is a little off. Here's what I mean. We only attract what we are and what we're communicating out. We can only communicate out what we are unless we're faking it, right? So if we are getting people who don't have money, don't want to invest, aren't willing to do the work, what are we doing and what are we saying out into the marketplace to attract that? Because we're doing something to attract that. I've done it many times, and over the time I've learned. So for you, if you want to attract the highest level, you have to be ultimately clear on who it is you want to serve. And that's what I want to talk about tonight is how you can identify who you're going to serve and let everyone know. And then also specifically tie that in with the offer you're going to give. And when I talk about offer, I'm talking about the result. There are some people who say, here's my offer. My offer is that I have a mastermind, or I have an 8-week online training, or I have a 3-day event, or I do public speaking. That's not your offer. Your offer to the world is that magic that you bring. What is it that you do so uniquely that you can help people have an amazing result, and in return, they will reward you handsomely because you are taking away a major pain that they had to deal with until you came along. So let's get into it. I want you again to begin with the end in mind. This is so important. Whenever you're creating media, I want you to think about, why am I doing this? What is my aim? What am I trying to get out of this? When I post this, is this a vanity post just so people like me? Is this a vanity post to show off? Or is this actually value? Am I being relevant in the marketplace? If you're going to take the time, just think through that. You don't have to come up with a year-long content strategy of what you're going to do, which is good. But what I'm saying is you don't have to jump to that right away. You can have people like us help you with that. But what I want you to just be is more conscious about when you're posting, what am I trying to get out of this? What's my motivation? Why am I doing this? So begin with the end in mind, and I want you to come up with this. I help blank get blank or accomplish blank, all right? So there's millions of examples of this out there, and when you hear someone who has dialed this in, you know that that's gold because they finally took the time, they invested the time to make it work. So I help ideal client group, all right, whatever's that client group that you want to help get that desired result. So who are the people that you want to attract? And when I say this, one of the biggest things that I see people do is they say, I help people. That's great. You're not helping dogs. I mean, maybe you are helping dogs, but people have to pay you money to help the dogs, right? So which people? And then someone will say, well, I help women. Great. Which women? You know, I help retirees. So you need to dial it in more. And one of the reasons why a lot of people keep it so general is they're afraid. They're afraid if they get more specific, now they're going to exclude people that would actually pay them money so they can pay their housing, they can pay for their vacations, their kids' school, all of that stuff. So what they do is they keep really broad and they're too afraid to get into a niche and go deep. But you know what? The experts, the people who command the high salaries, command the high fees are the people who have gone deep into something and really know more than 99% of the people out there on that thing. So what is it that you can do, that you can pursue to become the best in the world? I just recently read a couple of times the book The Dip by Seth Godin, and one of the things he talks about is when to quit and when to push through. And those things that you're doing right now, those little distractions, the little one-off jobs here and there that you're taking that aren't in your passion, the thing that you're focusing on. And when I say passion, understand there's pain in that. Passion isn't just all bliss. Passion is like, I am going to strive through, I'm putting my stake in the concrete. This is who I am, and this is who I am day in and day out. My intention is to become more and more of this, every moment. All right? Everything outside of that, if you're not willing to do the work, accept that as a fact. I am not willing to do the work to be one of the best in the world. Understand you are now setting yourself up for mediocrity. If you're okay with that, if you're okay with getting lower fees than you could if you were to just read the top 5 books in your industry, become a part of a mastermind in your industry, take more training in your industry, learn other industries that are like yours that you can grab different things out of that your industry is not using yet, being really creative with that. Having peers that you're talking with on a regular basis that are going to challenge you. That's how you become the best. If you are in this silo off to yourself and not really expanding on your understanding of your craft and doing more and more of it, so it's not just reading in a book, but you're actually demonstrating, you're putting it into practice. That is where that mastery comes in. All right. This podcast that I'm doing right now, the video podcast, is High Ticket Media Mastery. And like my friend Troy Broussard says, he says, mastery is a process. Mastery is not a destination. You're not going to tell someone, I am a master of. Anybody who says that doesn't understand, doesn't have the respect for the term. So you help this ideal client group get this desired result. I want you to think, who can I help with that will have the greatest impact? So yes, everybody, yes, people, women, okay? I love one of these that a friend of mine, Dustin Maher, came up with years ago, and I thought it was so on the point. He said, I help recent moms get back into their skinny jeans again, something like that. So moms who just had a baby wanted to get back in their skinny jeans. They knew exactly, it was like, that's exactly what he was targeting, and everybody knew exactly who he served and what he did. There was no Mickey Mousing around. There was no second guessing of what it is he did. That was his focus, and that's where he put his stake in the ground, and that's what he was going to be about. I want you to make it clear, make it concise, and make it compelling. I don't want you to have an enormous paragraph where you have to take a breath halfway through because it's just too long, or more than one sentence. The shorter you can get it, the more pithy, the more clean and compelling. This group, I know their pain so well that this is how I'm going to serve them in that pain so they have relief from that pain. So here's an example. Here's mine. We help coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs expand their reach and elevate their presence with minimal time and effort. Experts, the elite class. When I say elite, I'm just talking about the 1% or the 10% at the top of their industry. They don't have time. If they have time, they're going to be working on building their business and expanding it and doing a lot of other things. Posting on social media is probably not one of them. All right. If they are living at the factory, on the factory floor like Elon Musk, and 90% of their time is doing work, then I get it. But the majority of people want to spend time with their family. They want to grow their business. They want to network. They want to mastermind with people. They don't want to be making posts. So what we do is we take the time element out, and that ramp or that curve of trying to figure everything out, we take that down to just a matter of a few hours. So they get everything, they understand it. What is it that you're doing that is going to alleviate all of the problems that your ideal client has? List out all of their problems and find out what is the meat of it that you can serve. Your magic is going to help them instantaneously, if possible, or in a very short time, get that result that they want. It doesn't have to be done for you like ours is. But again, we help coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs. That's our group. Expand their reach. How we do that? Well, we do that through all the social media channels. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the social media channels, YouTube, and also having their website connected to it. Everything's branded. Shooting all of your videos, 50 to 70 videos in one day, having a photo shoot, everything that they need for 12 months plus of marketing we take care of in one day or a day and a half if we do an extra photo shoot and some other things. That is giving them their time back. What is the value of them not having to set everything up every week and then now going to do some social media posts, doing a content calendar on their own and all of that? Think about how you can add tremendous value where the leverage of what you're giving them is 10 to 100 times more than what they're actually investing. Where they say, this is a no-brainer. Of course I'm going to hire you. All right? I want you to think about that. If you would like to have us help you with all of your media, so you don't have to think about it every week or every day, what am I going to do? Having your content calendar set up, having all your content created with you on site. Or if you're going to be doing a video podcast where you're interviewing people, guess what? We will remote produce it. We'll meet you in that room and we'll record everything, make sure everything is beautiful, and then we'll take it from there. You show up, give your content, and then you go home and do whatever you need to do, and we take care of everything else. If you would like to have a conversation about that and how that would work in your business, go ahead and reach out to me at ascendmedia.com/call. Have a call with us, and we're definitely here to help you out with that. Ascend, ASYND, media.com/call. Thanks so much for being on today, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye-bye.